Hello everyone, and welcome to the Week 2 edition of the Wilkes Journal-Patriot's High School Football Rundown presented by Cooks and produced by RiverStreet Productions. I'm Sports Editor Zach Colburn, and Assistant Sports Editor Brandon Murray will be with us in just a minute to take a look at this week's games. It was another good week for Wilkes County teams as they went 2-1, including a couple of big wins that Brandon's going to talk about right now.
Thanks, Zach. Wilkes County teams went 2-1 on Friday night. We're going to take a look at those games right now. We're going to start with East Wilkes' 52-14 win at Surrey Central on Friday night. The Cardinals are now 2-0, and they picked up that big win thanks to the arm of that young man, Bryce Vestal. He finished the game with 242 passing yards. He went 11 for 13, and he threw for 5 touchdowns. He's the first East Wilkes quarterback to throw for 5 touchdowns since Luke Samples, and his number is now retired and hanging on the side of the field house in Rhonda. Bryce Vestal is off to a fantastic start for the Cardinals this season. That's Jared Wood making an over-the-shoulder catch in the corner of the end zone. We're going to see him again later in the show. Let's take a quick look at the stats really quick. Both running back Devin Couch and running back Mason Hartley finished with 106 yards on the game. Devin Couch found the end zone. He also had 3 catches for 45 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jared Wood had 3 catches. 2 of those ended up in the end zone, and he had 79 yards for the game. All right, we're going to move on and take a look at Wilkes Central hosting Alexander Central in Moravian Falls on Friday night. This was the only touchdown of the game for the Eagles. It was a 41-yard run from running back Joe Ray Morrison. He's off to a good start this year as the number 2 back behind Tyler Bowles for the Eagles. He's having a good freshman campaign so far. That's Tyler Bowles right there. This is the last play of the first half, and they almost get into the end zone that would have brought him within 2 scores of the Cougars, but he stepped out of bounds right on the 2-yard line. You can see they were upset about that. That would have been a huge game changer. But it was Alexander Central in the first half. They scored on each of their 4 possessions. That's running back Tevin Clark right there. He scored on a 6-yard run and on a 4-yard run, and quarterback Gunnar Anderson scored on this 9-yard run to give the Cougars a 28-6 lead. Gunnar Anderson finished the night 8 for 11 for 187 yards passing. He had 4 carries, 2 times he found the end zone for 29 yards. Tevin Clark finished with 84 yards on 18 carries and 2 touchdowns. For the Eagles, Bowles went over 100 yards for the second week in a row. He had 115 on 21 carries. Josiah Ferguson played quarterback in for the injured Camden Wyatt. He went 10 for 16 for 119 yards and an interception. He also had 4 carries. He went backwards for 7 yards on those. Morrison finished the night with 58 yards, and Evan Howell was the leading tackler with 6. He had 1 tackle for loss for 2 yards. All right, let's move on. We don't have any highlights from North Wilkes' win at South Stokes. They were a long way out of town, so we didn't have a video man out there. But as you could have expected, Jared Grimes had another big game. He had 38 carries, same number he had in week 1 for 151 yards and a touchdown. Ethan Brown completed his first pass of the season, and it was a 15-yard touchdown pass to Cameron Walsh. And Cedric White picked up 16 carries for 80 yards in relief of Jarrett Grimes. A great win, 28-14, as the Vikings move to 2-0 on the non-conference season. All right, let's take a look at the RiverStreet Productions play of the week. We're going to go back to Dobson for East Wilkes' win at Surrey Central. There's Bryce Vestal. He was hot all game long, and that's Jared Wood diving just inside the pylon for a touchdown there in the Cardinals' big win. All right, that's going to do it for me. Zach, back to you.
Thanks, Brandon. All 3 Wilkes County teams that will be in action next week will all be at home, including East Wilkes hosting Forbush, West Wilkes hosting North Stokes, and Wilkes Central hosting Surrey Central. All right, this has been the Week 2 edition of the Wilkes Journal-Patriot's High School Football Rundown presented by Cooks and produced by RiverStreet Productions. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at WJP_sports. And while you're at it, go ahead and like us on Facebook, and we'll see you on Friday night.